We are live, and we are at Atlanta, Georgia, home of the Falcons and home of the Season 20 College Football Playoff National Championship game between the number 3 ranked and Big Ten champion Ohio State Buckeyes and the number 1 ranked 35 wins in a row champions of the Big 12, the Utah Utes. This is going to be a good one. Ohio State coming in with just 1 loss. Utah, as we said, 35 wins in a row. Big Ten, Big 12, about to go at it. Always a hard-hitting battle when Big Ten and Big 12 go toe-to-toe. And it's never happened before, at least in our era, that we've had a Big Ten, Big 12 national championship game. So this will be the very first time that these two conferences will go at it toe-to-toe with everything on the line. We are in what is the Georgia Dome for NCAA 14 that we're playing on here. Obviously now the Mercedes-Benz Arena, and Utah is going to elect to take the ball first to begin the national championship. Ohio State comes in with a lot of hype. They've been to the big dance. They previously won the national championship back-to-back in Season 10 and Season 11. We've talked about that all in past streams. And Utah looking for back-to-back national championships, back-to-back undefeated seasons, our 5th national championship here. And we're about to get things underway. As a reminder, if you're tuning in, we are using the college football revamped tool. So the bowl scores at the bottom of the screen are not going to be accurate. So keep that in mind. We're going to look at the scores after this game on the next episode. Bill Bradford, though, starting things off in a big way. You can see what he's done all year. He's a junior, and a lot of these juniors, you're looking at maybe what could be their last game of their collegiate career here. Bill Bradford, a junior, the controversial Andrew Cross, the quarterback of the Utah Utes, who is far from perfect, but by God does he win games. SK Money is here. He's got his pizza. He's ready to go, and it's time. He's here so the national championship can really begin. Cross thrown across his body, and Dan Fletcher knocks that one down. Ohio State, at this point in the season, they should have a lot more Buckeye stickers on their helmet. They got like nothing. It's blank. Maybe they want to start fresh for the national championship game. Oh my God, I got to get... If anyone wants to send a new Xbox 360 controller, hit me up, because this one is obviously having some trouble. So 2nd down and 10 to the Utes. Opening drive for Utah, and it's going to be 3rd and 9 for Ohio State here. Who's the Cinderella story? We got powerhouses right now. Ohio State having won 2 national championships in our season mode here. Utah looking for number 5. I like any of these plays. There we go. The undefeated season, yes. Back-to-back, perhaps. Back-to-back undefeated seasons. National championship game in Atlanta. Cross. Nice throw by Andrew Cross. Jason Newton brings it in. Last year, national championship game was in Indianapolis between the Texas Longhorns and these Utah Utes. Utah passing midfield here on the opening drive. It's a play fake to Bill Bradford. Cross delivers the bullet to Jerome Perry. And Andrew Cross looking solid in the opening drive. Go Bug or go the F home. Yes. SK Money. He knows what it's like to go big. Check out the stream replay, SK Money, here on Twitch. Played with South Carolina, the Road to Glory, and played in the Chick-fil-A Bowl in this very stadium that we're in right now. Jason Newton, another reception. Ohio State comes in with a pretty strong defense. And they also come in with a Heisman candidate running back. Did not win the Heisman, but also a very solid quarterback, which we're going to see in a few moments here. Bill Bradford. First down, Utah. Great opening drive. Already much better than the Rose Bowl game. And SK Money once Cross out of here. Well, he might be hitting the NFL portal after this. Thank him, sir. 35 consecutive wins. He did get benched this season, and he only got back in because the backup got hurt. Bradford. I think Bradford's going to end up breaking the record, the all-time rushing record for touchdowns in the history of Utah football when it's all said and done. Second down, a Corvette. Is that what he gets for being MVP? Second down and 6, Cross to Brian Baldwin. And it'll be 3rd and 1. Jam-packed house here. What do we call it? The Georgia Dome? Do we call it Mercedes-Benz? Do we pretend like it's the new stadium in Georgia? Hand off to Bradford, and it is an opening drive touchdown. So the Utah Utes win the coin toss. They elect to receive, which normally Utah elects to kick the ball off, and they go right down the field for the opening drive touchdown. 10 plays, 68 yards. It's like this team has been there before. Field goal is good, 7-0. And if you want to get caught up on all the previous episodes of the Utah Utes Dynasty, we got Season 19 and Season 20 up in the archives. Follow us, join us live on Twitch, subscribe on YouTube, Twitter, Patreon, Streamlabs, and Ko-Fi. The Dimsdale Dimmadome of... is that Dimmy... What was the guy's name? Dimmy Dome of the Dimsdale Dimmadomes? Dimmadoma? What was that guy's name again? I think it was Chip Skylark, maybe. Oh my god, this controller. Dan is here. Hello, Dan. Dan, do you have an Xbox 360 controller? It's the battery pack that's on the back, where if you hit it, it makes the controller go out. So Prater's starting things off for the Ohio State Buckeyes, throwing the football. And as I said, Prater, you can see what he's done this season. I mean, or actually, this is a school record. Over 8,000 yards passing in his Ohio State Buckeyes career. And think of the legendary quarterbacks that have come through the years here in Ohio State that he has passed that up. I mean, Braxton Miller, you think of that. Cardell Jones, a lot of... Oh, is that going to be a 15-yard flag? Of course, C.J. Stroud right now in the NFL doing his thing, doing big business. What other big Ohio State... I mean, Ohio State is legendary quarterbacks they've just sent to the NFLs over the year. Some transitioned to wide receiver, some didn't make it, but it's a long list, and Prater is the best of the best. Dumps it off to House, and it's a 3-and-out for the Ohio State Buckeyes. And Will House, who is that Heisman candidate running back, comes up short, comes up injured. So not a good start for Ohio State here in the national championship in Atlanta. Jason Newton on the return. He's got some running room on the punt to the outside. Newton down the sideline and ran out of room. 40-yard kick return for Jason Newton and the Utah Utes. This win would break... Oh, he had an injury out there, number 27, who did big things in the Rose Bowl. This would break Toledo's record of the 70s for 35 wins in a row, which would give Utah 36 wins in a row. And that would surpass all the modern records, if you consider the 70s modern era. After that, it's only Penn and Yale, I think, of the 1900s and the 1800s, and then the 1950s record is the ultimate one, 47 wins in a row for the Oklahoma Sooners. But this is a great start right now for the Utah Utes. Previously played the Ohio State Buckeyes 2 seasons ago in the Fiesta Bowl, the last time the Utes missed the college football playoff. In fact, the only time we've missed the college football playoff. Went to the Fiesta Bowl and beat Ohio State. And that year, arguably, Ohio State was the better team than Utah. And that one was almost intercepted.
That makes it 2nd and 10.
Ross to throw it here again. Oh my God! Sorry, I know you guys hate this right now. I could try to switch out to another controller, but the thumbsticks are all worn down on it. If it keeps happening, I'll try to switch out to another controller. I know it's a pain. Try to buy one off Amazon. They're still like $50. 3rd and 4, cross. Jason Newton. And this is the best that Andrew Cross has looked. Rose Bowl included with this opening drive. Opening drive, follow-up drive. Might be another national championship blowout like Texas was. Think about this. If you look at the last 3 playoff games that the Utes have played, the Fiesta Bowl against Fresno, the national championship against Texas, and the Rose Bowl against Tennessee, double-digit points have not been scored against Utah. No one has scored more than 7. First quarter so far, that may stand up. Third and goal. If they don't get it, would they go for it on 4th down? We'll never know, because Bill Bradford walks it in for another touchdown, and the Utah Utes jump out to a 13-0 lead here over the Ohio State Buckeyes. If you guys want to relive any of the action from this season before it goes live on YouTube, it's all up right now. Become a Clubhouse member. Sign up, patreon.com/tvsports27 to catch all the action. Patreon exclusive series like the XHL, as well as classic videos, Discord exclusive access, stream requests, all kinds of stuff up at our Patreon page. Come support the channel, become a Clubhouse member. So Ohio State has had the ball for just 3 plays and down 14-0. Yes, thank you, Dan, a recent sign-up of the Patreon. Check out our Discord. A lot of our folks are signed up at that Discord level, but not on there yet. So let's get a little Discord community going. Out of the gun, Prater. House is back in the game, and there's a big run from House. Oh, wait a minute, he fumbled. Who got it? Looks like the Buckeyes got it. Man, that would have been very, very close. Oh, we're going to look at the booth review. I don't know what it is. Is this one of those classic cases? Does it even matter? Because the Buckeyes picked it up, and I don't think there was any net gain. Other than maybe for the stat book to say that House didn't. Oh my God, he's got to be in concussion protocol, you would think, right? Taking a knee like that to the back of the head. They're going to overturn that, so House will get the fumble taken off of his Rolodex on the stat sheet here. As we got less than a minute to play here in the first quarter. And the Buckeyes just trying to get any kind of offensive possession going. Screen pass out to Noble. Tim Noble, who breaks a couple of plays. Got the old Ted Ginn number. There's the Buckeyes on the other side of the helmet. Maybe the player we just saw earlier wasn't a big standout player for Ohio State. Didn't quite get the Buckeyes yet. We are going to look at all the bowl scores after this game. So stay tuned for that. Give me a couple of moments because I'll have to load up the flash drive and run the flash drive through the college football revamp tool. And also, one thing that's really annoying is when you take the flash drive out of an Xbox 360, the Xbox 360 reboots. So we will have to reboot the Xbox, but we'll do all that off camera. For those of you watching on Twitch, you'll see it. Then we'll go through all the scores. And then next time we stream with you guys, whether it be on Thursday, which is when we were going to stream this, and then we got some encouragement to just go ahead and stream today, or it'll be on the weekend. I don't know if it'll be this week. I'm going to NXT this weekend. Does anybody want to go to NXT out there? Join me in the general admission section. In NXT, I'll be there. Anyone got your tickets? SK got your tickets? Once you win, can we get a crib tour? You mean on 2K5? ESPN 2K5? There's no crib on college football. There's a trophy case, which we did look at that already. There you can see the numbers for Prater rushing-wise. He's got over 2,500 yards passing, but you can see the rushing attack as well. But we have not seen Clint Prater take to the ground game just yet here in this one. I am going to, once we finish up this season with the Utah Utes, we are going to transition back to playing NFL 2K5 and the Denver Broncos franchise. There's a big first down. Nate Watts with the neck roll for Ohio State. We are going to go back to playing 2K5, and we're going to go back to playing Tom Brady III and the Denver Broncos. Mad Franchise Arena Football is going to be coming back to the channel very, very soon. We're going to switch back to the Xbox version, so be on the lookout for Arena Football. Prater on the screen, out to House. And here you're starting to see Ohio State after a very poor opening drive. This is what House and Prater had done all season long for the Buckeyes. Tom Brady baseball as well. The road to the show. We're going to play some more of that. College basketball. We're going to bring that onto the channel. Mario Wonder. Option play out to House. So we got a lot of good stuff coming. WWE 2K with Kevin Owens now in charge. Armageddon, the Stadium Stampede. I still don't know if that'll work out or not, but we're going to try our best to put a crazy Stadium Stampede match together on 2K. So a lot of good stuff coming up here on the channel. Prater under pressure, and it's intercepted. Harris, who is out with injury, comes back in. He had a massive Rose Bowl game. And Eric Harris with an interception. So Utah finds themselves 98 yards away on that interception. Now much closer as Bill Bradford rattles off 6 yards on that rush. Yes, sir. Defense wins championships. And we've had a top-flight defense for many, many years. Cross just gets rid of that one at the last second as he got lit up back there. We have Lee and company with the Buckeyes. That was one thing my Troy team that I had played with on NCAA 12 with my other coach that won 2 national titles. They always had a really, really strong defense. Cross, Jerome Perry, first down. If you remember that coach, that was my old YouTube page. Some of those Troy videos are up on our Patreon right now, but 1 year at Akron as head coach, and they fired us after a 1-11 season. But it was Akron. It was a rebuilding project. Then we spent 6 years as an offensive coordinator for Florida Atlantic, 3 years as offensive coordinator at Ole Miss. So we really had to grind, and then we eventually got the head coaching job at Troy when they were in Conference USA, and we moved them up to the Big 12, which is where Utah is now, and went to 3 national championship games, winning 2 of them. And this was this coach with Utah, and much easier path. It was 1 year head coach of Wyoming. Josh Allen was the quarterback there. And then thought, a couple years at Wyoming, but we ended up getting a defensive coordinator offer at Florida State, who was the defending national champions at the time, helped them win a 2nd national championship, and then get the head coaching offer at Utah. And 17 seasons later, looking for a 5th national championship. And right now, Andrew Cross, for what we've normally seen him do, he's having the game of his life throwing the football. 10 of 13 for 104 yards to begin the national championship in Georgia. Here in the Dome. Cross under pressure, and that one was nearly intercepted by Anton Cleveland, but pressure was on to Andrew Cross. He just had to get rid of it. So for the first time, and that was a lengthy field to have to try to go, 98 yards, Utah going to have to come on and punt this one back to Ohio State. 14-0 in the national championship game. And we'll see the Buckeyes come on with really nice field position there. You see the defense 66 yards and 1 INT. A lot of red. A lot of Utah red, Buckeye red. And Ohio State for their 3rd drive. Prater, and we're going to see Prater run it here. And you saw his numbers, how many yards he has run.
That'll bring up 2nd and 3.
Prater gives it to House. House, first down, and he trips over his own man. Oh my goodness, he was about to be gone. You're starting to see Ohio State kind of warm up a little bit. House, again, another nice run. Will House was a Heisman candidate. I think he finished 3rd place in the Heisman candidacy. We've faced a couple of Heisman candidacy players between quarterback at Arkansas and Tennessee. I think their quarterback was a Heisman candidate as well. Prater, sack, SK money. If you win, how much championships does this get you in total? You mean from NCAA 14 and NCAA 12 combined? For NCAA 14, this would be our 5th national championship in 20 seasons. NCAA 12, I don't remember how many seasons I played in NCAA 12. I think it was about 20, somewhere thereabouts. But we won 2 national titles there. So that would be a grand total of 7. And then before that, when I played on NCAA 07 and 08, I remember playing with Boise State, of course, that's my team. But it was in the WAC, and you couldn't just change conferences. Field goal, no good for Ohio State, so we didn't win anything there. And then I remember doing a couple years with USC and Virginia Tech. And I don't remember if we won any national titles or not. And then I remember creating a team, UNF, before I knew there was a UNF, the Ospreys. And I think we won it, but that's going back years. That's like middle school, high school years. This stuff I remember because the Troy stuff is what I did in college. And I was at Troy at the time, oddly enough. And, Cross goes down. And I didn't even pick Troy. They offered me the job after the 3 years at Ole Miss as offensive coordinator. And I was like, oh, look, Troy. I'll coach Troy. Andrew Cross comes out of the game. cross. So Zach Hall comes in and immediately throws a terrible pass. So Zach Hall has experience. He is also a junior. But Andrew Cross, we'll have to wait and see what that injury report. SK Money might be fired up about that. And that one is also Goins. He's had a couple 3 pass deflections, so 3 and out for Utah. And the game offensively has slowed down considerably from how it started with those 2 opening drive touchdowns. And Ohio State, if they can get their offense going, they can put Utah in a world of hurt right now. See what Clint Prater has done so far. Oh, intercepted! Prater throws his second interception. It's Barrett. They went for the screen. Barrett read it all the way. And Prater's thrown 2 INTs. Thank you, Dan. Zach Hall still remains in the game. Draw play. Bradford getting some good blocking. Good memories for the Utah Utes in this stadium. Of course, defeated Alabama in the Sugar Bowl here. Look at that. Andrew Cross has a concussion and is out for the rest of the game. SK Money. It's got to be Zach Hall. Oh, my God. I wonder if that... Now, questions are going to loom for Andrew Cross, who was playing extremely well here in this game. Does he feel like he needs to come back his senior year and win a national championship? Or will he go to the NFL knowing he may be concussion prone? Andrew Cross out for the game. Zach Hall takes over. Zach Hall does have playing experience here this season and last season. Has had to step in multiple times for Andrew Cross, but Cross out for the rest of the game with the concussion. And you can see Utah relying on Bill Bradford right now. If they go up by 21, they might not even have to worry about Andrew Cross. I know, this is like headline news on SportsCenter right now with this news. Screen pass out to Bradford, and for the 3rd time, Bradford is in the end zone. Look at SK Money, he's changing his tune. He went from being in the transfer portal, off the team, kicked off to Hall of Famer. 21-0 Utes in a less than competitive national championship game from Atlanta. Ohio State, though, they have a chance to get the twofer, a double dose, because they will get the ball to begin the second half. So if they can score here, they would get the ball and can score again at the beginning of the next half, get double drives. And with backup quarterback Zach Hall the rest of the way, this could be their opportunity to fight their way back into this one. So far, Clint Prater's thrown 2 interceptions, and he sneaks that one into Nate Watts for a first down. So now that's going to be the question. Is Andrew Cross done for the day? Does he come back for his senior year? Does he feel like he left? I mean, he will leave if this game win or lose. He's going to leave 35 wins in a row, which has never been done in the modern era of college football. He was the highest ranked quarterback recruit in Utes history, which, as we had talked about, retiring this coach many seasons ago and kind of starting over with a new team, and landing Andrew Cross is why we decided to keep going. And definitely had his ups and downs. Oh, this controller. Definitely had his ups and downs, but the results, 35 wins in a row. But now the question will remain, Andrew Cross, does he want to come back and win, be the quarterback to win that second national championship? Or will he go ahead and head off to the NFL? Freshman year was the Fiesta Bowl victory over Ohio State last year. National championship win over Texas. And then this year, national championship and concussion for Ohio State. SK says he's done. I don't even know if he's local. I don't know where Andrew Cross is from. Prater to Brown. If Andrew Cross, though, takes off, you know, Zach Hall could be the starter next year's senior year. We also landed Nate Washington, I think his name is, pretty highly ranked, the number 2 quarterback in the class this year, who, depending on folks going to the NFL, as House gets the screen, he could be a redshirt freshman. Well, he's not 35-0. He's won 35 in a row. But freshman year, he had the loss to Texas and Nebraska. So if he comes back for his senior year, he could beat Kellen Moore's record. Kellen Moore, of course, finished with a 50-3 record. And his 3 losses at Boise State were all by field goals. 1-point loss, 1-point loss, and a 3-point loss. So he could beat Kellen Moore's record if he comes back for those 4 years. Second and 3, actually. Prater gets drilled. Bryant Harper getting his first sack. And Ohio State hanging on to that last timeout as they bring everybody back on 3rd and 9. Prater. I think that's the first catch for Ryan Henderson. It is the first catch, so they will not take their last timeout. And they're going to go, we got Harrell with a dislocated thumb. They're going to try to get some points on the board. And Ohio State has 3. And that is how the first half comes to an end in Atlanta. Utah, backup quarterback the rest of the way, 21-3. You don't want to miss the second half. Can Ohio State capitalize on Andrew Cross being out with the concussion? Or will Zach Hall have his moment, who's been right there, freshman, just like Andrew Cross the rest of the way? Can he help keep this thing going? Bill Bradford, 3 touchdowns on the day. Second half coming your way here on TV Sports 27.